King Somnala the Plentiologist, the catalyst.
This is reshaping your mentality for plenteous living with His Majesty King Somnala, the catalyst of the truth.
The catalyst of the truth. Symbolisa amakani, unmasking and unveiling the truth.
With His Majesty, King Majesty, King Majesty, King Majesty, King Majesty, King Majesty.
Masitike mandulo ake sihlehle siye mandulo before kufika belungu ubani wafika nomnene asehlukanise neZimbabwe asehlukanise noCongo asehlukanise na wonke lamazwe ba ayithi inkosi ebekwa ngobukhosi ngokubulala abantu ngokunqoba abantu inkosi ibekwa ngobukhosi ngokuba epitome yokuba ubuNkulunkulu inkosi is divine, is a divine person sent by God. Before you are born, you don't receive ubukhosi ugcotshwe. Uma wabona inkosi egcotshwa osopolitiki, wabona inkosi enikwe certificate osopolitiki, iyashendeza leya kuyona inkosi yesintu. Amanyalamane nawe niwenzayo ukuthi makufe umuntu okade esilida niqhubisa ibhamu. Ibhamu ezathatha izwe lithi niqhumise zona nisithusele ngazo nisikhumbuzo ukuthi sadivithwa ngalento thina ukuze sibe nale system na amanyalamane la wenziwayo.
King Somnala the Plentiologist, the catalyst.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Nivuke kahle. Ngiqale nalala kahle. Akekho wezelayo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Sibonge kakhulu izolo mangifika ekhaya
When I arrived at home yesterday,
ngiye ngenza ivideo
I made a video
ebibuza abantu
that was asking people,
kade behamba emgubho
those who were attending some
yosukula
ceremonies,
izolo ukuthi bafundeni.
that what did they learn yesterday?
I'm sure abafundanga lutho.
Nesiqiniseko, there's nothing that they learned.
Singahlala phansi kancane.
We can't be seated.
Ngicabanga ukuthi singenza iphuthu ukuthi
I think we'll be making a mistake
kule nyanga okuthiwa umandulo
by in this month,
kakhulukazi sikule mandate esibiza ngokuthi
especially while we are in this mandate that we call
decolonizing
decolonizer
our people.
abantu bethu.
Sikuyi paradigm shift.
We are in paradigm shift.
What do we mean by paradigm shift?
Sisho ukuthini nge-paradigm shift?
Paradigm shift
Paradigm shift
is not a Zulu tradition.
akulona isiko
It's
lamaZulu,
not an African tradition.
akulona futhi isiko labantu base-Afrika.
We seek to define plentianity.
Sifuna nje ukuchaza ubunala.
First, let me ask you a question. Bani inkosi yokuqala yamaZulu? Ushaka kasenza ngakhona. Sicela ukubuza, ngaphambi kokuthi sibe ngamaZulu sonke sasiyini? Abangoni noma amangoni. Kusho ukuthini ukuthi singabangoni? Sasingakwenza okunjani? Kanti sikhuluma ukuthi le nyanga isemandulo. Emandulo sasingenza njani? Nikupani. Ubuqhawe bukaShaka ngithi ukuthi wenzani? Manisuke nigubha uShaka, nisuke nigubha ukuthini? Ukuthi washaya amangisi? Ukuthi washaya abacindezeli bethu? Noma washaya nina wanqoba amakosini? Waseba ilokhuzana yena isilwe singaphezulu kwa wonke amalokhuzana. Kusukela namhlanje ungayigubha into ongayazi. Fana nomuntu ogubha uKhisimusi. Niyazi ukuthi iphi inkosi yokuqala yaqala ukunqotshwa? Niyazi? Sambeni kancane. Inkosi eyagcina ukugcotshwa ngesiko lesintu. Niyazi ukuthi ubani? Ucetshwayo. La amanye amakhosi abesalwa namangisi. Ucetshwayo inkosi yokuqala eyadefeatwa amangisi. Bamthatha, bamse Cape Town. Mabefike eCape Town, bafike bamcolonizer. Bamenze njani? It's the first king owaqala ukugqoka njengabacindezeli. Mbuka esithombeni, ubona isudu yakhe. wabona amasudu oluthula abaqala i-ANC kanjani ake sibuyele emandulo uma kuqalwa nje kuliwa namangisi bekukhona the Royal House bekhona okuyibona abaphezulu bese kuba khona laba ke abaphansi abangekho ebukhosini laba abangekho ebukhosini oba yilaba abanjengolanga libalele bonke labo enazi ukuthi baqala ini i-ANC niyazi ukuthi i-ANC yaqala KwaZulu-Natal niyazi ukuthi i-ANC yaqalwa amakhosi niyazi ukuthi i-ANC ukuqalwa kwayo original kwangayona yase South Africa kuphela awuthi ngikhulume nani amakhosi akhona aholelwa isystem kahulumeni ugovernment wedemocracy inonsense udoti leyo nto leyo la ezweni lakithi ubani wafika nemncele asehlukanise neZimbabwe asehlukanise noCongo asehlukanise na wonke lamazwe ba before the Berlin Conference ngo 1884 kuya ku 1885 that was November to February which took 3 months full they were dividing us as a spoil just look at this video it's about 6 minutes or so
was for Western countries to avoid warring among themselves over Africa. The superpowers wanted to ensure maximum control over Africa's resources by establishing rules by which to divide the spoils at the expense of the Africans who rightly own them.
No European nation state could be great without a colony that made many European states compete with each other, vie with each other, to accumulate colonies in order to make them great.
The Berlin Conference would lay down terms for an orderly carve-up of Africa.
So they sat around a table amicably without the presence of any African, it must be pointed out, and they consulted amongst themselves in order to decide on the rules for occupation.
Across the continent, African peoples waged fierce wars in defense of their kingdoms against European encroachment. Diplomats, troops, and opportunists roamed the continent, offering truces and often illegal treaties to rulers of kingdoms whom they could intimidate or persuade to relinquish their control.
Violence should be seen on a spectrum, on a continuum of plunder, pillage, and rape that all the European powers engaged in, but they engaged in at varying degrees and at varying levels. And the most horrific exemplar of the violence of colonialism is Congo.
The huge basin of the Congo River in Central Africa is extraordinarily endowed with vast resources. This land, 2.5 million square kilometers, crisscrossed by navigable waterways, was extraordinarily rich in natural resources, brimming with coveted commodities like ivory, palm oil, timber, and copper. This region was also blessed with huge quantities of another highly valuable substance, rubber. Advances in the vulcanization of rubber made it more durable and less brittle, facilitating the invention of the pneumatic tire. Soon, rubber would become one of the most sought-after resources on the planet. The ancient rubber vines that grew wild over the equatorial rainforests of Congo had long been exploited by the custodians of this land. But now, outsiders were intent on plundering it. Following the Berlin Conference, the Congo Basin was recognized as the possession of its sole owner, the King of the Belgians, Leopold II. Renaming it the Congo Free State, Leopold now personally controlled a territory 76 times the size of his home country.
Since childhood, one of the things he had craved was a colony. And so he created one for himself. And he did it by convincing other European leaders that he was going to spread Christianity and bring in, quote-unquote, civilization to the people.
King Leopold II's interests in the Congo were largely underpinned by enormous greed And as a result of that greed, the Belgian Congo became the personal, private property of the King of Belgium. And the discovery of rubber became a godsend to King Leopold II.
Leopold ordered the rubber to be collected as fast as possible. Soon, vast areas were stripped of every single rubber vine. The mindless plundering of the land for its resources was repeated all across Congo Free State, the profits going into the pockets of one man, Leopold II. The environmental damage was only a tiny part of the story, and it pales into insignificance against the wider picture of corruption, crime, and inhumanity. In 1890, after touring the Congo Free State, the African-American journalist, lawyer, and historian George Washington Williams wrote an open letter to King Leopold. Published in newspapers throughout the world, it highlighted the horrors practiced against the Black people there.
A large demand for the raw materials will necessitate changing the method of producing it, because the Europeans needed these commodities in large quantities. In the case of Leopold, he would impose a very brutal way of extracting the rubber.
Villagers were given strict targets for the amount of rubber they were forced to collect. Punishment for failure was brutal and drastic.
Quotas would be established for the Africans to provide, and if they couldn't provide the quotas, limbs were amputated, people's hands and legs were chopped off, wives were seized, for example, to force men to provide more and more of the rubber.
Leopold's private army of mercenaries, comprised of Congolese soldiers commanded by Belgian officers, policed the operation. Anyone who resisted was shot. Because ammunition was so expensive, severed hands served as proof that a corpse had been harvested for every bullet. When soldiers had fired more bullets than corpses, they severed the hands of the living, men, women, even children. Visual evidence of the brutality was captured by the English missionary Alice Seeley Harris. Her photographs appeared in anti-slavery pamphlets around the world. Despite Leopold's claims that the punishments were part of Congolese culture, or that limbs had been severed by wild animals, the photographic evidence was undeniable. Public outrage shamed the Belgian government into forcing Leopold to relinquish personal control of the colony in 1908. It's estimated that 10 million people, half of Congo's population, perished during Leopold's inhumane rule.
Sasingenawo thina umnqwelo okuye Zimbabwe because amazulu agcwele eZimbabwe. Abantu bagcwele Congo bakithi. Njoba nilwa namaKongo mayizala ubani wavemba amaKongo ukuthi awakwazi ukuzala aze namabhasi. Ma-colonizers alive nibenyanya abaseCongo kanti niqhamuka kubona. Nisukele eCongo nabaleka nina nizala eSouth Africa. Yes, the oldest bone is found in South Africa, but umlando uyasitshela sifikele eLibombo la kuthola khona ibhone edala la. Niyangizwa na? Setha sonke uma uyale Malawi siyinto eyodwa singamanguni. Then how they divided us. Look at this. Hamba ubheka inkosi yaseSwazini igqoka njengama England. Ubheka inkosi yethu yamaZulu. Indaba inkosi yethu kwakuthiwa uGoodwill. Indaba kwakhona uKing Solomon. Khuluma nami. Because wonke amakhosi ngeke uyithola inkosi enegama lama-colonizers. Inkosi yokuqala, I think uDinuzulu. uDinuzulu inkosi yokuqala eyacula ekhwayeni. Yacula, yagqoka, yabuyisa izofundisa amadoda, yacula nabantu besifazane ngoba igcwalisa umthetho wani wamangisi amabhosayo. Ucetshwayo bamthatha bamsale wayomitha noQueen wayephethe ngaleso sikhathi angithi. Wafike lapho kwenziwa same thing enzo uMandela. Kwenziwa ama-compromises. Ngizohlahla nje ngoba kusasa ngizonifundisa kahle. Namhlanje ngifuna ukuthi ningalali. Nileli serious. Khona abantu abacontrolizwe. Bacontrol ukuthi ubani ozoba upresident. Upresident akakhethwa amavoti forget. President wakwe Britain. wala eSouth Africa. Inkosi yakwe Britain. They wanted to divide us. Okay? They took Zimbabwe. We were colonized by what? Britain. Esandlwana, eNqome, amakhosi lawa anqoba amangisi. Oludi ila kwadefithwa khona uCetshwayo. Bamthatha bamse Cape Town. Mabefike eCape Town bamdlulisela kuphi? England. Mabefike eEngland kwasekuthiwa lalelaka. Angithi ubeke exile sizokukhulula on this condition njengoMandela. Uma befika laba baqala kaMangisi uthi inkosi igcotshwe eMangisini. Lifunani isonto labacindezeli Olundi? Why Olundi kuyilona eliphethe? Why Cape Town i-head church anabachitha? Why bonke laba oMandela noGatsha Buthelezi kuyidikoni lakhona usiculela uJesu ebethu ukhonza amasiko ethu? Ukhona umuntu ongathi ukhonza amasiko ethu? Khona inkosi lengathi yona izophathizwa ngeBhayibheli? What I'm trying to say, hambu eLusuthu, eLusuthu inkosi yakhona ubabuke labantu ngagugulisha njengamanje irigele yakhona wayebaqoke njengempi. Ikhona inkosi engaqoka njengempi? Ayikho inkosi ebekwa ngobukhosi ngokubulala abantu ngokunqoba abantu. Inkosi ibekwa ngobukhosi ngokuba epitome yokuba ubuNkulunkulu. Inkosi is divine. It's a divine person sent by God. Before you are born, you don't receive ubukhosi ugcotshwe. Uma wabona inkosi egcotshwa osopolitiki, wabona inkosi enikwe certificate osopolitiki, iyashendeza leya kuyona inkosi yesintu. Ake ngwenzela example. Ubukhosi babelungu base singabulanda masithanda lobu buka Charles obempi. Wonke amazwe awi Commonwealth adefeathwa iEngland. Ikhipha amasosha ezimpi zawo. Amanyalamane nawe niwenzayo ukuthi makufe umuntu okade esilida niqhubise ibhamu. Ibhamu ezathatha izwe lithi niqhumise zona, nisithusele ngazo, nisikhumbuzo ukuthi sadefeathwa ngalento thina ukuze sibe nale system na amanyalamane lawo enziwayo. Mina ngisayona ingane wabantu base South Africa. Amanyalamane lawa nifungisa amakhosi ethu ngeBhayibheli. Leli iBhayibheli elathunyelwa ama-missionary wathumela nalo uKing Leopold wawabhalela wathumele eAfrica. I think wathumele eCongo noma eAngola ngisakhumbula. Wathi uma niya kulaba bantu ningalokothi nibafundisa uNkulunkulu ngoba already bayamazi. Ningabafushumayezi ukuthi bengaphingi ngoba bayazi ukuthi ukuphinga nomfazi womuntu isono kumbi. Futhi asingenalo igama elithi isono thina. Ukona kusho ukuthi into inhle wena uyayona. Uyona. Twawazi wayona into umuntu. Lingabafundisi uNkulunkulu ngoba bayamazi. Bafundile. Akekho uhluphekayo, akekho lambayo. Hamba ufunda uMateyu 5. Ufunde le ncwadi uyigugulisha kaKing Leop. Ngayigugulisha manje mawuthanda. Ithi ma-missionary bafundiseni ukuthi bathande ipoverty. Nibafundise ukuthi bathethelele ukuze masithatha izwe labo basithethelele thina. Mina ngiyanitshela ke South Africa abanye bangizondela ungazi ukuthi ngilaqinisela ngakanani, abanye bangizondela iqiniso engilikhulumayo bona abadla ngawo lamanga ukucindezela iqiniso. Bantu base South Africa ngiyanazi nizinja nimfuna umuntu ontshela iqiniso. Manithanda izanini umsebenzi wena obunja. Ngeke sithule nidlala ngabantu bakithi. uKing Leopold babengalethile uNkulunkulu osithandayo, babelethe uNkulunkulu ababemakhile eRoma, akho Jesu wakwabakhona. Imagine lento uthi njani umuntu ozontshontsha izwe loyihlomkhu. Uyazi ukuthi mina ngazi ukuthi into ehlula abantu base South Africa ukucabanga lento engiyishoyo. Kungafika umuntu ezontshontsha izwe lobabamkhulu I wish ngabe khona ividiyo engidlalela yona we kuthi ilevu zaziloshwa kanjani we kuthi uma mina njengeleader ngangimiswa phambi kwenu ngibe inqubo kuthiwa angiphike ngamukela ubuKristu mangabe amukela ubuKristu ngishaya ngenhlamvu phambi kwenu noma ngifakwe emlilweni phambi kwenu nizothi leyo nto eyiqhamuka kaNkulunkulu uNkulunkulu abelunga hayi lento eseBhayibhelini masithi ke mandulo ake sihlehle siye mandulo before kufika abelungu
lezi zimangaliso zezwelena zokumangala
othethayo bazalwane nomzabalazo Nyawuza ebhizana ohlala kwamasho ehostel bazalwane ndiyaqala ukufika phakathi kwelibandla bazalwane bokunomfowethu ebesokulane eXhuzula iminyaka ebesey6 lasokulane lafonelwa ekhaya kuthiwa uXhuzula usuku nosuku nami ndabe ndiziva andikho right bazalwane uthe ngo-August losiphuma kuye ngomhla ka-19 ndedlula eVerelem ndigoduka ndiphuthuma impilo yakhe kunye neyami ndabuza komnye usesodayisa phaya nathi kufanele ndithenge ntoni nantoni ingxaki ndisanda kuva ngenkosi yethu King Somnala bazalwane ngixolisa kakhulu wangichazela kahle ndifika imithwalo imingaba ngichazela kahle nendifika ekhaya ngifika kungomgqibelo kwabe kuthiwa ebesanda ukuXhuzula lamxelela umama nathi mama uyagcina njengoba ngikhona kukhona izinto endiziphetheyo ezikaNkosi umprofeti uKing Somnala ndiyathemba noba nami ngibesanda kufa kodwa ndiyathemba ngendlela endivana ngayo ofakazi ndafika kungomgqibelo ndasebenza lachela ndenza yonke into naye nehlamba ndisho kanjalo ndithi makahlambela ngakho ndafika ngomgqibelo kwathi cawe kwathi imvululo sibini ndiyaqhubeleka ndiyachela bosolane kukhona ubudlelwano obungekho buhle phakathi komalume nasekhaya malunga nako ukugula kwakhe umfowethu bese singangeni komalume ungafuna noba sihambe koqhuziswa impepho wafika umalume ufika nje sekulate umalume omdala uthi mthana wami ndithi manifike ngokukhona kukhona into enhluphayo khona into engicela ukuyithetha nomama wakho nawe ngokukhona wathi bashana bami ndiyanikhulula ngicela niye nenze yonke into enifuna ukuyenza apha ekhaya ndiyanikhulula ingxaki khona into efikayo ebusuku lele enganilalisiyo futhi wathi yena uzoxelela ifamily yakhe okuba masingene pha ekhaya njobe engafuni basingene nomfowethu njoba egula bokunokuchaphazeleka thizeni ukusukela ngoba nigodukile ngo-August bazalwane umfowethu uyasho kuthiwa akakaze aphinde agule ukuze kugcine namhlanje bazalwane okugcina ngokukhulu ukuphuthuma njengoba nami thinda goduka ndiziva andikho right kwakunenhloko necala lendlebe namazinyo eniphethe kwaqhubeleka sina ngosengibuyile kuniphatha sokulana pha endlebeni faka ifate oil kuthe kuleve elekaleveki phele nathi nisebenza nisemsebenzini kwangathi lapha emahlweni kukhona iwulu kuthiwa ngokotini ngesizulu xa ndivile ihlo lami eli ndithi anti nisho kumedeme ndimsebenzela ngicela unibheke ingathi khona ukotini la nami xa ndizibuka kwimira kodwa ndiwuboni okay yedlula koveki kuthe kulosithathu losibuya kuyo ndathi nendiva lenhloko iqaqamba kunye nalendlebe kwakhona into ethi manifake ifate oil apha empumlweni ngafaka endlebeni ndisemsebenzini njalo okay ndafaka nesengigqiba kufaka nje emveni nomzuzu omibili kwakhona into ethi manithimle hayi ndathimla nesaniphinde lendini sendiyosebenza nandihleli kuyilunch nenthi ndiyabamba iwulu le izijelekile kuligaqa khona sokuphumile sokuligaqa okukusele bazalwane kuthi manibambe la bosokusele sokuyintambo okuyirola sokuphumile apha ezimpumlweni zami bazalwane okusho ukuthi lo hlali ubufuma ngulona nduva kwangale ya day yabonga
wow. Plenteous greetings, precious people. Nazi indaba ezimnandi kulabo abathenga noma abalandeli bami bama-Fate product. I-World of Plenty Fate product isitholakala ngayo yonke indlela yokuqala ejwayelekile uye esitolo sangakini uzitholele khona ama-Fate product ufice khona umuntu osesitolo akuseve akunikeze ama-Fate product. Nansi ke yesibili that is going to excite you. Noma uphisha kwezilwandle noma ukuphi ne-South Africa even beyond the borders of South Africa sesiyakwazi ukuthi sikuthumelele siyakuposela afike kuwona noma ngabe uphi fike qathatha kuwena ama-faith product owathola. Iy'celo zabantu zizwakele, abanye bebekhala ukuthi nathi sivuleni isitolo ngapha. We couldn't open shop kuzo zonke izindawo ngoba kufanele sithole ibhilidi siliqashe, kwesi sikhathi asikho nalapho ukuhlanganisa zonke izinto. Kwesi sikhathi anibaningi kakhulu enifuna lezi. Noma ngabe uwedwa use-Cape Town, noma ngabe uwedwa ukuphi nendawo, usuzokwazi-ke manje ukuzitholela World of Plenty Faith product. Wena nje into oyenzayo ufonela kule number ethi 079 1755 628. Kuleyo number mungene khona uzofica izandla ezokuphatha kamnandi bese ikhuluma nawe zikutshela ukuthi ungenze njani ukuthi afike eminyango kwakho qathatha ama-faith product noma kuyindawo ohlele wena ukuthi ungawathatha kuyona. Sizokwenza njalo thina sokuthumelela ama-faith product. Nansi-ke imininingwane ilandela izitolo zasezweni lenala.
Zitholele ama-faith products enkosi uSomnala uzixhumanise nocebo lwakhe oluzokuphilisa lokukhulule kuzo zonke izinkinga. Ama-faith products ayatholakala kulezi zindawo ezilandelayo. Uma useThekwini namaphethelo, ama-faith products ayatholakala eNalamandeti Lecture Theatre kunumber 340 Gale Street oswaziwa ngomagwaza Maphalala eMbile. Kanti enkabeni yeTheku ayatholakala ama-faith products kunumber 494 Anton Lembede obuwaziwa ngoSmith Street. Futhi uphinde uthole ne-Health and Beauty Salon lapho abakwazi ukuthi bakwenze khona ikhanda, izinzipho nakho konke okwenza ukuthi ube muhle. Number 494 Anton Lembede obuwaziwa ngoSmith Street. ePine Town number 28 Hill Street kushop number 15 Pine Hill Mall. Othongathi shop number 1 Ajanta Mall eduze weNetbank. eVerulem shop number 28 eJabu Saloon maqondana neCheckout Mall. eSphingo shop number 2 kuBali Road iSphingo Rail. eMzindo shop number 6 kwiParamount Building kuMain Road uswaziwa ngoNelson Mandela Road. Kanti uma useZululand namaphethelo, ama-faith products ayatholakala eMpangeni Station kushop number FS20 maqondana neSikhaweni Rank ngaseBox. eMtubatuba kuJacaranda Avenue kushop number 3. eJozini kwiCheng Shopping Centre e-second floor kushop number 1 kwibhilidi elinepharmacy. oPongola kushop number 6 eMavalane Centre eduze kwe-Ecofuel Garage. ngala kutheswa khona ama-trucks. KwaNongoma singase A5 phezulu emabhasini akwaZungu kwibhilidi elinoKing Star Hardware ungena ngepassage. Olundi e-second floor eFabrice Office Park ngaphesheya kwaseShoprite. eNquthu siyatholakala kunumber 83 kumdlalo se-Street eduze kwakamasipala ngaphesheya kwaseMidmika Hotel. eFryhead kushop number 42 eduze kwaka-Dr. Paruka eMedical Center. eNewcastle number 71 Scott Street epassage lawa-CCMA. eMnambithi shop number 26 kuKings Road ngaphesheya kwakwa-Game. Uma use-Eastern Cape namaphethelo, ama-faith products ayatholakala eLisikisiki kushop number 7 ngemumva kwaka-Rhino eRoscrooge. ePort St John's kushop number 4 phakathi kwakwaQhuma noTabeni Hardware. eMthatha kushop number 1 ku-first floor eTranskei Hotel. eNhlaza kwaGobinca eyadini lemibutho. Zonke lezi zitolo zivulwa kusukela ngo-8 ekuseni zivale ngo-4 ntambama kanti ngemigqibelo 8 ekuseni kuya ku-2. Ngemininingwane inamba ongayishayela ithi 065 322 8079.
Lezi zimangaliso zezwe lenala zokumangala.
Mina ngumsindiswa ngongoma emenzi wezinto la eMzindo. Nami ngimile ngithi ngizozibongela enkosini. Lana ngike ngafika ngazo ngathola ijuice engizokwe ngiqale ngayo nje. Ijuice le yama-veg. Kade nginelonda la enyaweni. Kodwa ke bengave kwinto yamanje le londa zindala le londa njalo uma kuyisehlobo ziyavuka. Ngiyiphuze le juice ayi. Ngizwe ukuthi ayiziyasha le londa. Ubhlungu abusaveli manje ngoba naphakathi kwemino. Kubuye kuphenduke kube kuhlaza ngingazi ukuthi sekwenzekeni. Ngithi mangiphinde ngibuya ngoba ngihleze ngifika ke la. Aphinde athi thathe enye ijuice. Ngiphinde ngithathe enye ijuice. Hayi zishileke manje bomna. Zishileke manje lezi londa. Ngizophinde ngidlule nala engeke ngaba nenkinga khona kule minyaka ephelile nje. Ngeke ngaba kuphathwa yibhobo la 3 years zingiphethe lezi ibhobo. Ngabonana nomama usulekile la. Wanginikeza amabhodlela abu4. Empty la mabhodlela engenawo amanzi. Empty. Wathi ngozifakela mina amanzi. Ngafike ngenze njalo nasekhaya bese ethi ufake emakhoneni onke. isango lakho ongena kulona limi kanjani aqondene nekhona ngathi mina liqondene nalo ikhona kwathi elinye ulimbele lapha ibhodlela la ungena khona ngempela ngayafika ngakwenza ke lokho kwadlula inzukwana nje kwafika ukuthi ake ngiyobheka lapha awuma ngithi ngiyafika eduze kwayo kuvela ikhandlela elimnyama ngijima endlini ngithathe enye ifethi water nami ngangisafika ke ngangokwazi kwakushukuza ngifike la ngichele lekhandlela bese ngiyalibamba ngelikhipha linenaliti mangilikhipha lekhandlela ngathola ukulala ngaloko mina emva kwaloko zaphela nya igogo asibuyanga ngangiphathi igobo nomakhelwane akuzwana nawo bayasho bathi ngiyathakatha bathi ngiyathakatha mangichela nje kuthiwa evethakatha lo lamabhayana okuthakatha nalamabhodleyana lawo ngoba ngigijima ngawo egcekeni lamabhayi lawo gijime ngayo lebhayi egcekeni ngambe ngichela bathi evethakatha haleluya bomnala eqinisweni nje lana kuyaphilwa ngempela ngabe ngempela ngisekho nami kuyaphilwa ngempela siyesibekelwa imeqo sibhekile kodwa ungazi wenzeni ufike ngeqe ngithi ngihamba nomnala mina ngeqe ngingabi nalutho bagade nginyathelephi bathathe inyawo ngithi ninamanga mangihamba ngithatha usawoti ngufake la enyaweni ngihambe umeqo akwazi ngithole ngiyabonga nale amen.
Speak to me, oh Lord.
I-face-to-face prophetic consultation ungakhohlwa ukuthi njalo ngoLwesine uyakwazi ukuzifikela mathupha
endaweni ekhethekile uba ngokhethekile nenkosi uSomnala
eThekwini eNala Mandate Lecture Theatre ku-340 Magwaza Maphalala Street ngo-10 ekuseni.
Lezi zimangaliso zezwe lena sokumangala
ngithathe lethuba ngibingelele enkosini yethu bayede uthole lihle inkosi engafani namanye amakhosi igama lami nguHappy ngowakaNgcobo eMaranhill kwaMamdekazi phansi kwePinetown Embassy ngizofakaza zela inkonzo yayizolo bomnala kavala ingozi. So izolo sibobo ogcina nosisibukiwe nondodana sesiphuma sesihamba la sithe mase DCC asibonanga kwabe sihamba sibuye sicule sibuye hambe sibuye sicule amagaya uthiwa sidlula abephethe into zawo ke abaphathi betheku baphinde emuva bebashaya isidididi nathi besinganakile ke ngoba besiculela sibuye sikhuxoxe sibuye siculele sihamba so3 sesisahamba kusho ukuthi bebekade besithagethile the next thing esizwile uthi angikahleni bafethu sizobamba kanjani labantu niyababona bafaka ikipa zalo baba sibukane sobathathu athi umfana kasisibukiwe hayi ufakazi ke lo basho thina siphenduke basho thina bafaka ikipa zalo baba lo kusho ukuthi bebese bethi action kuyena shuthi uthe mezothi action wabo kusothi buka sibhaliwe nje sibhala igama lalo baba okushisa omnali kwasinda kanjalo ke bomnali siyabonga ogcebeni lenkosi siyabonga
masithi ke mandulo ake sihlehle siye mandulo before kufika belungu ubani wafika nomnene asehlukanise neZimbabwe asehlukanise noCongo asehlukanise na wonke lamazwe ba ayikho inkosi ebekwa ngobukhosi ngokubulala abantu ngokunqoba abantu inkosi ibekwa ngobukhosi ngokuba i-epitome yokuba ubuNkulunkulu inkosi is divine is a divine person sent by God. Before you are born, you don't receive ubukhosi ugcotshwe. Uma wabona inkosi egcotshwa osopolitiki, wabona inkosi enikwe isitifiketi osopolitiki, iyashendeza leya kuyona inkosi yesintu. Amanyalamane nawe niwenzayo ukuthi makufe umuntu okade esidla liqhubisa ibhamu. ibhami ezathatha izwe lithu niqhumise zona nisithusele ngazo nisikhumbuzo ukuthi sadivithwa ngalento thina ukuze sibe nale system na amanyala amani lawo enziwayo.
Thank you for watching or listening. Reshaping your mentality for plenteous living with His Majesty King Somnala, Umshino Makoniso, the catalyst of the truth.
The catalyst of the truth. Sembula, simbolisa amakani, unmasking and unveiling the truth.
For more information, you can send us an email on info@nalamandate.com or call us on 079-1755-628. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube at King Somnala-Nalamandate. You can like our page on Facebook at King Somnala-Nalamandate. Follow us on TikTok at King Somnala the Plentiologist.